Hi everybody, Dan Illman and Matt Bernier. The feature race at Saratoga on Friday is the Curlin Stakes for 3-year-olds going 1 1/8 miles. You can play the Curlin, you can play the Friday Saratoga card with your very own DRF Bets account. Sign up, grab $150 in sign-up bonuses. Head on over to drf.com/bet for all the information. Here's the field for the Curlin. Now this is conceivably a prep for the Travers, and with Justify now retired, a big opportunity for some of these second season 3-year-olds to grab the bull by the horns. The Curlin is for 3-year-olds which have not won a graded sweepstakes over 1 mile in 2018. It's as restricted as you can get, Matt, and the number 1 Hofburg, still eligible for a non-winners of 2 life but classic placed, is way the horse to beat.
He certainly is, and for a number of reasons. I can understand anyone that looks at it and says, well, red flag that he's here and he's not running in the Jim Dandy on Saturday. But at the same time, look, if it's a stakes race, he's yet to win a stakes race. Keep in mind, he's only broken his maiden out of his 5 lifetime starts. If you think that this is nothing more than a confidence builder to get him into a race like the Travers at 10 furlongs, which is distance is probably going to be a little bit better for him, I think it makes a lot of sense in this spot. But I can also understand anyone, and maybe I'm sort of captain of the pack, that maybe I have overrated Hofburg a little bit. I got burnt by Mendelssohn. I thought he was the bee's knees. He's not as good as I thought he was. Perhaps there's a scenario where Hofburg isn't as good as I think he is, but I have a feeling, look, if he can't get through Friday, we need to reassess some things.
I think you hit the nail right on the head. If he can't beat this field, and we are expecting the number 6 Reride to scratch and run in Saturday's Jim Dandy, if he can't beat this field, then he's just not as good as we thought he is. I was a little concerned about the early lead change in the Belmont Stakes. I'm concerned that he's here instead of the Jim Dandy. You and I always talk about treat a good horse like a good horse, but a stakes win for a son of Tapit that's already classic placed, that certainly enhances his potential at stud. Let's take a look at the Timeform US pace projector, and remember, this will update on timeformus.com after scratches are made official. The 6 Reride is expected to be out. We already have a race where it's going to favor horses on or near the early lead. That means that one of your favorites, Madison's Luna, looks as loose as he wants to be. The problem is, does he want to go this far?
To be honest, I'm not sure what he is anymore. After those first 2 starts, I thought the sky was the limit, and then he ran in the Pate Mile, and it was a disaster. But for a number of reasons, the sloppy sealed track, and it just played a little bit funny at Churchill that day. I don't want to hold that against him. He came back, and he was terrible in the Woody Stevens, and then all of a sudden they went to the turf with him, and he ran okay, and just okay, and he didn't really face a field that was all that great. There's just a part of me now that wonders, you're going to show up here. I think he's talented. I just don't know if at this point even the connections are sure what really he fits into. What is he? Is he a sprinter? Is he a router? Is he a dirt horse, turf horse? I don't know, but he could get a very, very cushy setup.
That's right. We may not know what kind of horse he is. We do know he's going to be on the lead if he breaks in the Curlin. The number 3, Zing Zang, it's amazing. The first 3 horses in this field, they're all by the great stallion Tappan. When Zing Zang began his career, this big, late-running, long-striding son of Tappan, everyone was making comparisons to Creator, who won the Belmont Stakes for Steve Asmussen a couple of years ago. Well, Zing Zang is no Creator. He ran on the Belmont Stakes card, but it was in an entry-level allowance race against older horses, and I have to be honest, I thought he ran okay that day after a ground-saving trip.
See, and I guess that's the problem for me. I thought he ran okay, and I guess I've just felt like he's run okay in a number of instances this year. I mean, going back to Oaklawn early on, I thought he was going to be possibly Creator 2.0, and it just seems like when they continued to test him, he didn't pass the test, and he couldn't get through that most recent start. I know it was against older horses, but if we think there's going to be a lack of pace in here, and Hofburg's also going to be closing with him, I think Hofburg's a heck of a lot more talented than Zing Zang. I would go with him.
You make 2 excellent points. From a pace perspective, it's a 180-degree different scenario than last time, where they were cooking with gas in that 1-turn mile and a 16th, and Zing Zang had a good setup from the back of the pack. This time around, if they go slow, and if you want a closer, you would naturally want Hofburg. He just seems more talented coming from the back of the pack. An intriguing runner is the number 4 Nicodemus, making his first start for Linda Rice after a private purchase. This horse earned an 80 Beyer speed figure in that 1.5-turn maiden race at Ellis Park last time out. He looked like he was in big trouble as the part of a favored entry. He was under the whip 3 furlongs out, and he grinded it out in the stretch. It makes me wonder that this distance is going to be okay for him. I think it is.
Yeah, especially when you consider how wide he was. He was very, very wide throughout. And you're right, it was a long, sustained bid. And unfortunately, he had a horse go down in that stretch run. But there's just a part of me that looks at it and says the distance isn't going to be the problem for him. It's a matter of, one, is he fast enough? And two, does he class up?
American Lincoln also goes out for Linda Rice. After 10 starts, I'm not sure how much improvement is left in the tank for American Lincoln, whose best career Beyer speed figure came at this distance, but it was only an 82 Beyer. I guess I could give him a little bit of a mulligan for the long branch at Monmouth. There was no pace on. The horse on the lead went gate to wire, and American Lincoln was game for second, but he has got to improve from a Beyer standpoint.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. Through 10 lifetime starts, career best Beyer of 82. How much more improvement is there?
We'd love to get creative in a race like the Curlin, but as we take look at our picks, we're going to be masters of the obvious. We just think Hofburg is better than these horses, and if he's not better on Friday, then it might be time for Bill Mott to reassess a little bit. Give me numbers.
Yeah, I'm going to go 1-2 in here and be totally transparent here. If Reride had run in here, I was going to pick Reride because I thought his tactical difference here, getting the jump on these horses, was going to be too much to overcome. And I think he's actually pretty good. Instead, they're going into the Jim Dandy on Saturday. I just think Hofburg is supposed to win in a spot like this. And again, if he doesn't, then we got to kind of reassess how good this horse actually is.
1-3 for me in the Curlin, a 100 grander at the Spa on Friday. It's a race you can bet with a new DRF Bets account and the $150 in sign-up bonus that comes along with it. DRF.com/bet is where you need to go. An approximate post time for race number 9 on Friday at Saratoga, the Curlin, 5:40 Eastern. Good luck.